There it is.
Wait.
What's good? It's your boy DJ Avo, and this is the Dynasty Bros Fantasy Football Podcast, episode 96. Let's go. Let's get it.
Let's go.
I ain't mad because the vibes. Avo can mess up all these episode numbers he won't. Let's jump it off by saying RP. Shock G.
Shock G.
RP Black Rob.
RP DMX, man.
Yeah, let's get them out the way, you know. Legends, pioneers in the game.
Respectfully.
All right. You know, music and sports go together. So we try to say we do this shit for the culture, and we always got to keep y'all included and intrigued in everything that we do. But now that that's over, let's get straight to this shit.
Damn, why you cut it off? Keep it. Okay.
Ooh, look at you, chastising the DJ.
Man, that's my shit, dude.
DJ,
Tupac, I get around.
DJ, get the microphone and stand up for yourself.
Come on, man. Let me do what I do, man.
My bad.
Come on, man.
Hey, can I just make one request? I'm the guy
good?
that, if you can go back at some point in the episode to that, that'll be much appreciated.
I got you.
All right, let's get to it. Look. What's good, Brodies and Bays? This is the Dynasty Bros Fantasy Football Podcast, episode 85. This is where you come for your fantasy football needs and to chop it up about the latest NFL news. I, with the big, voluptuous beard, is Dynasty Bro Doc, here with my co-bro.
Dynasty Bro Vic, man. What's up, man? How y'all doing?
Oh, man, I'm chilling, bro. I'm good. Love the energy. We was remote last week.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on, man, and we cleared the air, got that off our chest, and now we back with the sauce.
Back with the sauce, man. Guns out. Yeah, man. I've been in the gym, man. Hey, I got to rep the Kobe, man. So,
is he talking about me or you?
I think talking about Avo.
Avo, how you doing, bro? Get the mic one more time.
Come on, man. I'm good, man. I'm ready to get this going, man. You see the players back here, man. I'm ready to rock, man.
Let's get to it. We got a fire episode, and I ain't gonna even lie. Me and Vic down to the last moment was trying to figure out a title for this episode. But look, I'm going to have a better explanation of what the episode is, better than our title. Is that good, bro?
That sums it up. And hey, we been had the topic. We just couldn't really nail down the title. We like to nail down the title.
It just, honestly, we didn't figure it out. It just came to Vic kind of ignoring me talking. He got on his phone. I got on mine. Yeah. It was just like, fuck it, we're going to leave with this. But nah, look, this episode, we know the draft is in 48 hours. So what we're going to do is just name a couple players that whether you should go buy or sell, and even down to some picks coming up, because rookie drafts are probably right around the corner if you ain't already got into the too early rookie mocks and the draft. So I'm excited about that. And we just need to try to get these values out there. Maybe some guys that are shooting up the ranks, and it's like, bro, we need to get out while we can. Let's go get this value. My guy Vic been doing, he talks to me about real estate all the time. We've been trying to get into, well, he's already in the stocks, but we've been building as a business together and all this shit. So I'm excited, man. And, in real life stocks and bonds and values, we got to translate that into fantasy football. So Vic shouldn't have no problem doing that. Be humble, bro. Say something humble.
It was nice out today, bro. Weather's nice, man.
I heard it's gonna
you caught me off guard, bro. I didn't really know what to say, man.
It's going to be nice for a few days. It's going to be nice for a few days. DJ Avo going to be rocking this whole episode. And, we still got the What's the Word? Still got the Hood TMZ with Dynasty Bro Vic. Maybe have a flag on a player too. And, we'll get in and out just like that, man. Look for me. I apologized on Twitter already and said I'm going to be on a rant all day Thursday. Do you have anything going on for the draft, Vic?
Yeah, I'm going to be hanging out on the draft show, man. So make sure you guys check that out. We're going to be just breaking down the picks live on air as we go through them. So I'm looking forward to that, man. Be sure to check out the stream. I'll be retweeting where I'm at with that. So, look out for that.
Avo, will you be watching the draft at all or tuning in any
I'm going to do my best, man. I really am. That's real talk.
I can see Avo watching the first 3 picks.
I got to see where these people go, man.
All right, that's what's up. All right.
Especially my quarterback. I got to get my quarterback, man.
You won't get Justin Fields.
Bro, you ain't ish.
Yes, you will get Justin Fields because I traded my one-on-one to pick. So shout out. All right, so look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get into the What's the Word right now and get into this Hood TMZ with Dynasty Bro Vic with the Kobe jersey on.
Hey, homie, I'm the old Kobe. That's what my bro said, man. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Black Mamba. All right, man, let's get into the What's the Word. We're going to be in and out as always, man. It's kind of funny how you hit on the investing and all that stuff. Because shout out to Business Insider. So Trevor Lawrence, he actually signed a endorsement deal with the crypto investment app Blockfolio.
Yeah.
And he's actually going to take some of his payment in crypto. So that's dope, man. I'm sure you guys have heard about cryptocurrency and all this stuff. And a lot of players, athletes are starting to take their compensation in crypto. So that's dope.
Run that bag up, young boss.
Yeah, man. And since we're talking about crypto, let's keep it there, man. Shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs tight end Sean Colkin. So he's gonna be the first player to take his entire salary in Bitcoin. So it's cool to hear all these players, man, like invest outside of the game. You know what I mean? They're thinking about their future. So he's gonna be the first player to convert his entire salary. He said he wants skin in the game. Shout out to KMBC 9. I don't even know where that's at, but that's a news station somewhere in the country.
So can I comment on the crypto thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
A little bit.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Look, be careful what you invest in. I was just reading about a man that basically made off with he created a coin. He made off with $2 billion. That's all I'm saying. So watch what you invest in. Make sure whatever you invested in is legit.
Where's that man at right now?
Turkey or something. Well, I think he fled from Turkey to another country.
Fire.
Like legit. $2 billion.
Well, hey, I know you got some apps out there like Coinbase. So that's a pretty legit app if you want to get into that. This isn't a financial advice pod, but yeah, I mean, we do like to talk that on the back end. So
just a little bit,
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
Let's keep it pushing, man. So shout out to Arizona football Twitter. They just had their spring game this past weekend, and they had Teddy Bruschi in the building and Rob Gronkowski, 2 former Patriots, by the way, who also went to Arizona. Hey, Gronk set a Guinness World Record. He caught a football from a helicopter, so basically dropped 600 feet. How many attempts you guys think it took him?
3.
What you got, Avo?
I don't know, man.
He a wild boy. He a wild boy. I don't
so
think
like you said, basically they threw it out of the helicopter and he caught it.
They basically dropped it. So of course they put the little spiral on it and just let it fall, and it did take him 3 attempts. So shout out to Dot. You got it right.
3 for real?
Yeah, it took him
That's
3
right.
attempts.
I figured this is what I went with. I figured the first one he'll want to try to
Hey man, you
let
gotta
it hit his hand.
You gotta let that thing
to
hit
see
first.
how hard it was gonna be.
You got to calibrate it like baseball.
And then the second one was a good attempt with a little nervousness, and then the third one was like, "Man, I'm Rob Gronkowski."
Yeah, fresh off the Super Bowl with 2 touchdowns.
That was a real guess too, because I don't know what you're talking about with this story.
Yeah, man, check it out on Twitter though. So they actually showed a clip, and hey, shout out to Gronk, man. He like hella records, man, in the NFL and outside the league. So that's dope.
Big dog.
Last thing for the win. So when I walked in, DJ Avo, he liked to pre-spin and get set up, get in the mood, and he's playing some Warren G. I actually came here with some Warren G news.
Oh, what's good?
So his son, Elijah Griffin, he's a draft prospect. So he might get drafted. He's a DB out of USC, Southern California Trojans. So
okay.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna show DJ Avo that. I'm gonna show Dot that. And of course, I'm gonna show the people that.
Oh man, that's gonna be Vic new thing. Let me show the people this shit on my phone.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Charles Curtis. He wrote the article for the win. So that was a USA Today article. So
hopefully USC Trojans don't have to regulate.
I see what you're doing there. All right, that's all I got for What's the Word. So yeah, man. Anything else you guys want to touch on?
Nah, I got a flag on the play.
What's the flag?
Hey, so Lil Baby was like, "Hey, I'm looking for the hottest verse from a female. I'm gonna put them on the Omi remix." So he had all these female rappers putting out all these verses on Instagram, and I heard some fire ones.
Legit.
And this young lady named Amaretto did a fire one, and I actually been listening to her ever since, paying attention to her little freestyle. She hard. The flag on the play to Lil Baby. I feel like he did all that for some promo shit, got everybody worked up, and he just ended up putting Megan Thee Stallion on the song. Not mad at the marketing play and running up the streams. That's a heavy name on it, but you don't play with people's emotions, bro. People really went and got in their bag trying to get a chance to be on one of his songs. I feel like it was never really a real play.
Well, it could play out this way too. Maybe he plans to work with her in the future. So hopefully he does that at least. You know what I mean? Show that good gesture, put a good foot forward. So yeah, I would still give him a chance there. But if you are going to put that out there saying, hey, you got a chance to get on this song, yeah, you should definitely honor that.
Yeah, that song, one of the biggest songs in the country.
Yeah.
So that's my flag on the play. Anybody else got one?
I don't have a flag. You got a flag, Avo?
No, I do not.
Hey, there you have it, man. One and done with the flags. I thought you was gonna flag Lil Baby for that 2-on-2.
Still,
I still can't forget about that, man.
I tried to forget about how bad he played.
He was fresh though, walking into the arena.
He was fresh on the court.
They're normally the dudes that can't hoop, man.
That's sad. Hey, that put a bad notch in his career, man. I feel like Lil Baby couldn't do no wrong.
Hey man, players fuck up, man.
I feel like he didn't miss.
Yeah, bro, and then he missed. He don't even feel good. You listen to his catalog and be like, maybe don't miss. And then you just start thinking about basketball.
I know.
Hey man, shooters gonna shoot, bro.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hey, before we get to the main topic, DJ Avo.
What's good?
Where can we follow you at?
Hey man, you can follow me at DJ Avo Love on the gram and at Avo Love on the gram. And then on the Twitter, you can catch me at Dynasty Bro Avo. I'm gonna try to tweet a little bit more. I know I've been saying that, but like, yeah, it's been a minute. Hey man, it's been depressing these past few weeks, man. I just had to get off of a lot of social media. Hey Doc, where can we follow you at, bro?
Hey, please follow me at Dynasty Bro Dot on Instagram and Twitter, and follow the main Instagram handle. I just went live right before the podcast. Dynasty Bros FF on Instagram. What about you? Dynasty Bro Vic, Chief Sosa, my nigga Vic, all that good shit. Where can they follow you?
Follow me at Chief Sosa FF, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen, Dynasty Bros FF. Hey, rate the podcast wherever you listen. If it's on Apple, and join the Facebook community, Dynasty Bros FF podcast. You can give us some ratings there too. And we just dropped some new merch. So we have merchandise on Viridian Global. Check that out. All that's in the link tree. In the link, you can shop. So we're excited for that.
Viridian Global, go get you a B Team hat. While you shopping and going to go get your FF Fit Club shit, make sure you swing by, grab a B Team hat to rock that shit.
Swing by like you walking down a virtual street.
When you sliding through, you know what I mean?
We supposed to open at 7. We in there 7:47.
I was just in the neighborhood, so I figured I'd stop by. You know,
get a shirt. Get your mama a shirt.
Shell toes go good with the Gucci.
Listen,
our shit go good with the Gucci.
I'm gonna promote all our merch, but please, you might want to explain to your mama what the B Team is before you give her that shirt. She might not understand.
Well, I made a whole playing career out of the B Team, so I fuck with the B Team.
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about a black mama. You're putting her on the B Team. I'm just putting that out there. I want everybody to stay safe.
Okay, that too.
I know what my mama would think. What does the B stand for?
It's football relevant with a spin off some, what was it, 60s? I don't know when that shit came out.
I'm just trying to help the people.
70s. I wasn't thought about then. So yeah, some shit before my time that looked cool. We put our spin on it.
I feel like
some dots.
I feel like Avo fucked up the monkey.
Yeah,
bro, my bad, man. I just want to keep people safe, man.
You got us all off track, man.
Imagine handing your mama a shirt.
And I feel like Vic was trying to backtrack to cover up because Avo acted like it was a problem. So Vic went on a rant trying to cover up what the B Team stand for.
I'm just trying to keep people safe, man.
We appreciate it.
All right, little gangster.
There you have it.
All right, so look, what we about to do is we're about to move on to the main topic. I'm not going to call it pre-draft trades, but that's what's going to be on the tick. Every time I look at it, I don't like it.
It feels forced, don't it?
Yes. We should just put nothing. Just anything.
Yeah. I'm probably going to change the title when it drops.
Just put We the Bros.
We the Bros.
All right, so look, what we about to get into is just some good player concepts going into the draft. You should never be comfortable just sitting on your team. There's always a way to get better unless you have every single top 5 player on your team. There's always room for potential and upside. So going into the draft, man, you know, everybody has this rookie fever. Everybody's going nuts about picks. So what can we do? Hey, can we go flip some of these picks? Can we go attempt to get some picks? Can we get rid of some of these guys that might be affected soon as the weekend is over? Can we go get some guys that everybody is low on because they're afraid that they're not going to make it through the process? Man, there's just so much right now. And I feel like this is the perfect time to make some of the last minute plays that you can. So that's what we're going to help walk you guys through, is just talk about a couple guys that I know I got a couple that I just want to ask Vic about, and I just want to talk about the market and value. It's not even just like I think you should trade them. It's just about like some of these guys' values are through the roof. So maybe it's time to, cash out. So I'll ask Vic some interesting questions about where he stands on each side of some players, and we'll just go from there.
Sound good, bro. And of course, like you said, everyone, is so focused on the rookie draft and the NFL draft. they're forgetting about these veterans right now. So this is a nice time to go get some of these vets. This is a perfect time because their value dip at this, point within this offseason. So why not capitalize off the hype for the rookies and go get some of these veterans, especially these young veterans who have a lot of potential going forward. So that's what it's about, man. I'm curious to see who you bring to the table. I got 2. I think you got 2. We'll probably throw a third one out there, but I'm excited, bro.
All right, bet that. Well, you start off, bro. You the older person.
I'm the older person.
You the older.
What?
You the older.
2
brother.
weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks, baby. 12 days to be exact.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Aries if you're into the zodiac shit.
I'm not.
Aries
gang, I guess.
All right, Aries gang. All right, man. My first guy I want to get into is tight end Noah Fant. So, hey, this is a guy. He stepped into the league, top 20 play at the tight end position. And he took a sophomore leap, finishing as a tight end 8. And of course, he's in a tight end friendly system in Denver. So the reason why I like Noah Fant is just because we already know the hype's going to be built back up when the Broncos, they're most likely going to get a QB out of this draft. I mean, that's just the talks. That's what we've been hearing. So imagine if they land a Trey Lance, or you never know, a Mac Jones, or you just never know what QB they land, or if they just keep Drew Lock. Maybe they expect Drew Lock to take the 3rd-year leap. We'll see. But at the end of the day, you still got a Cortland Sutton coming back. You got Jerry Jeudy, who's going to step into a sophomore season. He has a lot of pieces around him. Still got Melvin Gordon. So all the pieces are there around him. Why not go get you a Noah Fant, especially if you miss out on a Kyle Pitts? So for me, I still love the upside of Noah Fant. He's taking a huge sophomore leap. I'm expecting him to stay in that top 8 range. You know what I mean? So I can see him being a top 5 play, top 6 play. So I love his talent, love the speed, love the hands. He gets downfield, so he's converting and moving the sticks. So let me talk to you about some of the things I've done in terms of a trade. I've actually given up. This might sound crazy, but I did it only because I have multiple draft picks. But I've traded Gus Edwards and Jeff Wilson Jr. for Noah Fant. This is a team where I needed a tight end. I had Tyler Higbee on the squad. I don't have a draft pick where I feel I can get a Kyle Pitts. So why not flip those guys? So I flipped them. But if you're looking at actual draft capital, I would trade a mid-second round pick. I believe you can get that off for Noah Fant if you have a squad that needs a tight end. So what are your thoughts on all that, Dot?
Nah, bro. I like Noah Fant. I've been liking him since he came out. We actually did a startup when Hockenson and Noah Fant were coming out that year, and it was just like, bro, everybody's gonna be hype on Hock because he went first. We can grab some Noah Fant, and I still like his upside, man. The offense scares me a little bit because I don't know what they're doing at quarterback. I don't know if Drew Lock is the answer, like you said, and I don't know if he's going to get better because they do have an improved offensive line going into this year. The defense should be better. So maybe the situation rides better. They get Cortland Sutton back, so draw some attention off the tight end with those 2 great receivers on the outside. I'm excited to see how the offense flows and if Drew Lock can take that next step. And if not, maybe whoever they draft in the NFL draft coming up in 2 days. I'm interested to see what they do, but I love Noah Fant. He's a pure athlete. We love some Kyle Pitts, but guys like Noah Fant were pure athletes catching the ball too. Just wasn't getting just this big ass press like Pitts. But don't forget about Fant. He's a dog when he's playing and when he's healthy. Does got to be healthy though.
Yeah, and also you mentioned Sutton and Jeudy. You also got Hamler, so they got all these pieces that stretch the field, right? So that leaves the middle wide open for Fant. And man, I just love the opportunity and the upside. So I'm all in on Noah Fant. Go get him. I feel like this is probably about as cheap as you can get him as far as draft capital and trades. So,
all right. Well, you know me, man. It's time to just get straight to it. I came to talk big names because I just want to see the value of these guys. Like, just straight to it. There's 2 guys. I'm going to pin them into the same question so we don't have to break them down. I'll see how you feel about both of them. One's going to be a sophomore this year. One's going to be going into his 3rd year. Let's talk Mr. Justin Jefferson and Mr. DK Metcalf. And we talk A.J. Brown too, man. Just 3 of the young superstars in the league. These are guys that are top 5 receivers already and breaking the bank going to go get them. So is this a situation where you want to sit and be still? Because it's hard to get a guy, a concrete guy. And I get it. Nobody wants to trade these guys. But is there ever a point where somebody's value is too high that you just feel forced? How do you feel about that, man?
Man, I will say this: it is possible to go get a Justin Jefferson. I did it, but
you got a fire ass trade for Justin. Though.
But it does, you definitely got to put some weight behind it. So I'll share what I did. It's a super flex league. I traded Dak Prescott and the 107 for Justin Jefferson and the 101. I think that's a pretty fair trade on both sides. I mean, if you got a situation where you feel like you can win now and you don't want to, take a rookie quarterback into the playoffs and you want to just solidify your QB1 and QB2 spot. So you basically got a QB2 is basically a QB1. Hopefully he returns to that. And we're talking about Dak Prescott coming off the injury. I mean, you have no concerns there, and then you got the 107. You could definitely do some damage there. So, he could easily get another wide receiver there at the 107, especially with all these QBs coming out. So, for me, I just wanted to add more depth to the wide receiver room, and I'm young, and I got a Kyler Murray, so why not go young and get a Trevor Lawrence? But I'll be honest, man. I know I've been saying I don't know about the Justin Fields, but if he goes to San Fran, I might have to reconsider, man. And I feel like Fields would definitely be stepping into a better situation than Trevor in Jacksonville. So if you got a Kyle Shanahan offense with a Kittle, a Debo, and an Ayuk, and a situation where a guy that can also run, use his legs, that's more appealing to me. So I got some thinking to do with the 101.
Bruh, did you see the goofiest smile on my face when you said, I don't know, Fields go to – I knew where the conversation was going. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. This is where I stand on these guys. I wouldn't trade these guys. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't trade them at all. But you'll be surprised some of the hauls you can get for one of these guys because they're so hyped up that they forget about the guys. I seen DK Metcalf go for Terry McLaurin in the 104 in the league. Like Terry's just a bum. And I'm like, do these guys' name hold that much weight that it just pushes other guys back that fucking far? They all, besides Justin Jefferson, he came in last year, but Terry came in with AJ Brown and DK, and it's like, who says that Terry can't outperform these guys? I don't know, man. It's just these. I think is it because they're big, like that people are so intrigued. I know they're talented, but what is the talent differential from DK Metcalf to Terry? Can you answer that?
Well, quarterback play, that's one big difference. So you got an all-pro QB in Russell. Also, in the Washington situation, their QB play hasn't been stable. I mean, they just – of course, Alex Smith, he's no longer with them, and they just brought in Fitzmagic. Of course, they just brought in Curtis Samuel. So it's still a lot of question marks. Of course, we all love Terry. We love the talent. It's just a lot of question marks there in Washington right now.
But is that enough to give up a Justin Fields in the Superflex?
To go get a Terry?
Would you trade Justin Fields and Terry McLaurin to get DK?
No, I wouldn't do that.
That's the trade I've seen go, basically.
No, I wouldn't do that. People are just, I don't know, man. Sometimes they just fall in love with the hype and the names. And over here, I'm in love with production. Like, okay. I'm not in love with the name. So,
and you got to the wrap up of my comment because I'm never going to tell nobody, bro, go shop these guys. Go trade these guys. That's stupid. But exactly what Vic said, you have to be open to detaching yourself from a name and be able to be like, this is more than I'm ever going to get for this guy. Let me let it go. If you can get that max trade, you got to be willing and open to be able to let. Yeah, AJ Brown is my wide receiver one in Dynasty. I'll admit that. I'm running with it. That's my thing now. Planting my flag, number one. I love Devontae Adams. I love DK. I love Jefferson. AJ Brown's my number one receiver. If you came to me with Terry McLaurin and at 102, 103 in Superflex, bye-bye my favorite receiver in the league. But yeah, man, I say all that to just say, don't be so attached to a name. Be able to be water and move on, be able to help your team and get the most value that you can. I think that's the most important part about Dynasty.
Yeah. All right. Since you talked about those three guys, rank them in order. Of course, you just said AJ Brown's your number one. So who do you have 2 and 3 out of those three?
It's going to be AJ, DK, Jefferson. I know Jefferson just came out and set the world on fire in his rookie year, but I don't know. For some reason, I feel like that still comes back to the meme, and I don't know if it's him or if it's that situation. that I didn't like originally. I do think their defense got better. They got players coming back off of COVID leave that wasn't playing. And just with the next step with Cal Rudolph being gone, I think Irv Smith Jr. is a better receiving option than Cal Rudolph. So to see Irv get more time this year, Thielen racks up so many damn touchdowns for some reason. I'm just excited to see that offense in general. We know that their staple is the run, but don't be surprised if Justin Jefferson doesn't hit 1,400 yards. But, he could go up on receptions. But if he doesn't, because that's on a team that doesn't have that much, they don't throw the ball that much, he could come down a little bit, but that doesn't take away from none of his talent. So I'm just going to take the guys that look like freaks in AJ and DK, but, I don't care which one people take in any kind of order out of them three.
All right. I want to shout out our brother Eric. He said, love you, bros. We love you too, bro. He just had a beautiful baby girl. So shout out to our niece.
Big Tank.
We see you, bro.
It's good, Brody. Tank was a tank when he played football, too. Couldn't nobody tackle him at running back.
He was. And then everybody grew in high school. That's my guy, though.
I was talking middle school.
You just had to throw that in there. Nobody knew that.
Yeah,
Nobody knew that, bro. He could have been. Everybody could have thought he was a beast in high school. That's it, bro.
He was a beast on the field.
You could have let that be, man.
That's my guy, man.
I guess we beefing on the podcast today. I thought we was
that
cool,
ain't no
man.
beef. That's love. Like
Vic killed your shine, Tank, for a little bit.
He was a tank, though, bro. Still is a tank.
Be your friend.
All right, let's go back to the.
Now he little Tank.
Nah, he big tank.
Nah,
That's the homie.
Weight.
That's the
little
homie.
Tank.
All right, going back to the conversation, I have Jefferson number 1, DK number 2, AJ number 3. And my only concerns with AJ Brown is can he stay on the field? I know he just had the procedure, on his knee, so he should be good going forward. But also he's in a run-heavy system, man. So they want to run the ball. So I don't see how AJ can really be like a top 5 play. Go ahead.
Minnesota want to run the ball just as much as Tennessee.
That's true.
And they got rid of Corey Davis, and they got rid of Jonnu. So he has nobody to compete with targets.
That's true.
With him.
That's a good point.
Irv Smith taking a leap up, like I was saying. And the Dalvin's going to catch 40, 50 passes out the backfield. Derrick Henry going to catch 9.5. Now I'm just going to catch some, but he's not going to even catch what the pass catchers catch out the backfield for the Vikings. And AJ don't got no – I think AJ out of those three has the most potential for the highest target count this year because he doesn't have a Tyler Lockett. They don't throw it to the – Russell throws it to the running backs. Chris Carson's going to catch 40, 50 passes if he stays healthy. AJ's the only thing smoking right now. That they could change that in the draft, but they don't have a lot of draft stock either this year.
Here's the thing, man. Here's why I have Justin as number 1. His route running, man, he manipulates his route running. Like, he can do whatever he wants out there. Like, he's just a smoother route runner when compared to DK and AJ. So that's the difference with me. Whether it's on the outside or in the slot, Justin can go wherever he want to go, especially in the red zone. He gets open. Next thing you know, he's floating down the field 60, 70 yards because he gets guys turned around. Like, to me, you just can't put a price on that. So I just feel like his upside is higher just given all that. So, and even if he does regress a little bit, he's still going to be a top 10 play. But for me, I have him as a number 1 wide receiver in Dynasty. I'm a truther in that. Hey, I believe in what he did. I don't think it was fake. He's for real. He's the real deal. He's a star in this league.
I agree with you, bro. I'm rocking with that.
All right. You want to get to my next guy?
Yes, sir.
So, funny you were talking about A.J. Brown. Let's stay in Tennessee. So, reason why I am talking about Derrick Henry, because, of course, with the running back position this year and the rookie draft, it's top-heavy. If you don't get a Najee or Etienne or even I'm spazzing.
Najee, Etienne, Javonte Williams.
Yeah, Javonte. I was going to call him Jamal. That's why I was spazzing. I was going to say
Lord.
Jamal Williams. Think about my guy. We talking about running backs, the homies. But Javonte Williams. So, man, why not, go get a Derrick Henry, especially if you do want a running back and need a running back. And if you got like the 108, 109, people are thirsty to get into this first round, especially with all these quarterbacks that are projected to go early. And why not go get a veteran like Derrick Henry? He's 27, going into his 6th season, but I feel like he's going to be fine for the next 4 or 5 years. He's still going to be a tank. He's an ox. I mean, he's a different breed. He's not a workhorse. He's an ox. Like, an ox don't break down. You guys play the Oregon Trail. So if you feel like you need a plug-and-play piece to add to your championship run, I would spend the 108, 109 if I need a running back on a Derrick Henry if I miss out on a Najee or a Etienne. And to be honest, I'd rather have Najee over Henry. And then if I miss out on Najee, I'd rather have Henry over Etienne. So, and also Williams. I mean, you know what you're getting. You're getting a top 5 running back.
True that. All right, so look, let's just dive straight into just talking picks, man. Because I know we talked the 1-on-1, but like, do you still own any 1-on-1s?
I do. I have a couple.
How do you feel about them? You drafting in them spots?
Actually, I have a couple 1-on-1s. So I know we did a trade where I got the 1-on-1. So I'm looking at Trevor, considering Fields if he goes to San Fran. I'm always going to put out there, hey, anybody interested in a 1-on-1? Because I do like Lance. And I do understand that would be more of a project. But it's all about getting the most that you can out of your draft capital and assets. So why not float out there just to see what people, will entertain the idea of moving up to the 1-on-1. So you always got to just shop it just to shop it. But yeah, so I do have some 1-on-1s. But here's what I'm struggling with, man. I got some leagues where I have the 102. That's where I'm struggling. And some 103s. Like, do I go get a Najee? Or do I go get, a wide receiver that I like? And with all this draft talk and people, hating on my guy Devonta and his size, I have a couple picks where I have like the 102 and 106. I'm thinking about getting Chase at the 102 because people are so down on Smith and hoping I land on Smith at the 106. I don't feel I need to spend the 102 on Smith when all the hype's around Chase. So I would love to have both. So I'm thinking about, should I gamble in those scenarios? Or go get the guy that I really want in Smith.
Now, my dumb ass is in position to I'm trying to trade to the 102 in as many leagues as I can. I just want to get some Justin, man, as much as I can. But yeah, I've been an advocate for, if you got the 1-on-1, just trade back, just because the guy that I think is the number one person in Superflex is not who you should take with 1-on-1. So that's how you play smart dynasty. And if he doesn't go to San Francisco, there's a world where he's not going to be the 102 in Superflex. People are still going to fall in love with Zach Wilson going number 2 to the Jets. If Trey Lance or Mac Jones go number 3 to San Francisco, there's a world where Justin can keep falling, end up going to Denver or to the Panthers. And I don't care where he go. I like both of those spots. Both of those spots got weapons. I just love the talent and the upside in fantasy. So I'm kind of just on the move back side of trading. So that's me just talking random picks. I just wanted to bring that across, talking picks again before the draft, because it's gonna be this is like the perfect time to trade them. If you're trying to go get them and trade them, it's the perfect time right now.
Yeah, but I would say definitely wait for the NFL draft to play out, because that's really going to drive the value up even more, and also could drive it down. Just depends. So here's what I would like to see happen. I would love to see 4 quarterbacks go day one. Really, we would hit a parlay if all 5 went, but I don't think that's going to happen. But I'm definitely expecting Lawrence to go, Wilson to go, Fields to go, possibly Mac Jones.
Mac Jones going in the first round.
And Trey Lance is a maybe, but Trey Lance might be a day 2.
I think all 5 going in the first round. I think that's pretty locked in.
Man, well, if all 5 go, that's what you want to see. That just means, yeah, if you like more than one quarterback in this year, in this year's draft, and you got a top pick, why not move around and scoot back? Scoot back to the middle of the first and get you a young vet.
Facts. Big facts.
So, yeah.
All right, can I talk one more guy? I just want to ask your personal opinion about a guy.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
James Robinson right now. What is his value, bro? That's probably the hardest person for me to find value on, to be honest, man. A guy that came out, I think he ended up being the number 7 running back in PPR. Nobody drafted him in regular, any kind of redraft leagues or in Dynasty, like during their drafts. And then he turns up and he ends up being their number 1 guy. He's involved in everything. He's the only guy. He's getting all the rushing down work. He's getting all the pass down work. And he looked the part, not hating on him. But with no kind of draft capital in the real NFL, they're not invested in him. Or at least we don't know if they're invested. Draft is coming up. We got 48 hours to find out. Are you trying to buy right now? Or are you trying to sell? Because this could be the highest his value is. If one running back goes in the first round, says Najee, Travis Etienne is there, or Javonte Williams is there. bro, what is the likelihood of them trying to plant flags around Trevor and give him his old running back? And like, imagine what that would do to the value of James Robinson. So help me out, man. I admit it, I'm stumped. How do you feel about Robinson? What side of the fence are you on? Buy, sell, hold, or you screwed over no matter what, so just play with? I mean, how do you feel about it?
This is the toughest situation to figure out. And I feel like he's a situation where you have to gamble, meaning you have to, if you want to go get him now before the draft plays out. So I'm on the side of he's a buy for me. And if you have him, he's a hold. Or if you already got him. I mean, this is a guy who had a 1,000-yard season on the ground and he caught 49 passes. So to me, again, I'll just keep saying it. He's shown the Jacksonville Jaguars, like, hey, I can hold down this spot. I'm sure they'll bring in a number 2 guy, like a third down back. But I can hold down the primary position. So why not go invest these draft picks somewhere else? Let's continue building. Like we're most likely going to get a Trevor Lawrence at the 101, and let's build an O-line around him. Let's protect the future. You don't want to have a Joe Burrow situation. So I feel like James Robinson gives that organization flexibility to focus elsewhere. So to me, he's a buy in that sense. If you got him, he's a hold. And I want to share something I did a while back. So I actually went and got James Robinson back on December 3rd. So this is right before the fantasy playoffs. This is when I thought I had a run, but I quickly realized I was not going to make it, especially when Cam Newton was up and down. That was my QB2 next to Lamar. So I actually traded Aaron Jones, Josh Jacobs, A.J. Dillon. I wish I didn't throw A.J. Dillon in, but I did. And my second round pick for Antonio Gibson, James Robinson, and the 107. So that pick ended up being the 107. So I'm in on Robinson. And that was a situation where I was like, look, I need to get young. Where are my opportunities? Where are the question marks? People at the time still had question marks around James Robinson and Gibson. So I see an opportunity there. At least back then in December, and I'm still in on those guys. So
I fuck with it, bro. I like that trade.
Yeah, bro.
Well, whatever side of the fence you're on, you got 48 hours to figure it out on James Robinson, because he could either be the biggest winner or the biggest loser, and it could happen just like that, bro.
Yeah, and let's say they do bring in another running back. That's when his price probably gonna
plummet, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna go down. But I feel like we already know the league's transitioning to a running back by committee, so that's expected.
Nah, not a Travis though. That would scare me. Like Kenneth Gainwell, perfect. Michael Carter, perfect. A compliment. Not somebody that I just think is obviously better than.
Yeah, I can see that though. I can see that. It does depend on who they draft.
Yeah.
So if they bring in like a third down receiving type back,
love it.
Cool.
Travis Etienne is the type of guy that go beat you out, and then he already got rapport with the quarterback. That was just an ugly situation. If that happens, they clicked up, bro. Him and Trevor.
Yeah, we'll see. So I would say, look, if you're willing to gamble, go get him now. I'm willing to take that gamble if I need a running back. I'm gambling.
And I'm gonna tell you one funny narrative I've been preaching for 2 days on Twitter. I keep on saying, hey, it's gonna be funny when the Ravens draft Terrace Marshall and then his value go down, just because everybody keeps saying that's the worst place for a receiver to go. Or maybe they just need a receiver that's different than Hollywood, different than some tight ends, like somebody that got some speed and some height. Somebody can work the outside and get open when he wants to. I mean, I don't know. I just don't think the Ravens need pieces, and I don't think Sammy Watkins is it. So if they go draft any one of these guys and it looks completely different than what they have, man, I think there is upside. I don't think Lamar is just horrible. And I do think the offense, the coordinator's smart. They schemed up a whole Lamar Jackson offense as soon as they drafted him. So I think it's still a work in progress, and he's still working on his arm. So I just want to let y'all know, if one of your guys go that you love, you don't have to just completely shy away from it. And Terrace would seem like a decent pick at the end of the first round.
I'm targeting him at the end of the first. If I can get him at the 112, 201, 202, yeah, all day long. Like, if I miss out on a Chase, Smith, Bateman, my next in line is Marshall. I know people love Waddle. I just want a pro-style wide receiver, prototypical. But I seen with Waddle, man, some of his catches ain't the cleanest, man. But you put the ball in his hands, it's lights out. So I get it.
True that. I fuck with it.
All right, man. I mean, as far as the flips, I'm all about flipping the picks right now, getting what you can, targeting these young vets. So I do want to say establish your identity with your team. Do you feel you can compete, or are you in rebuild? You don't want to be stuck in the middle. So that's the first thing going into these rookie drafts where you go moving for players and picks. Establish your identity. Do you feel you can compete for a title this year? If not, you need to go rebuild.
True that. Be real with yourself. Like, be honest with yourself. Don't just, you want to compete, so I'm going to compete. Sometimes you got to be realistic with your roster.
Yeah.
Sucker.
All right. Any other guys you want to throw out there just for the hell of it?
That's where that James Robinson came from, just for the hell of it. Rank these guys before we leave. Rank these sophomore running backs. I'll get rid of JT. He's obviously the number one. But rank these guys. Swift, Dobbins, Hilaire, Gibson.
Swift, Dobbins, Hilaire, Gibson. I'm taking it in that order, bro. And the reason why I'm taking Swift ahead of Dobbins just because Lamar cuts into some of those rushes and touches and still got the Gus bust. So, they definitely want to keep two running backs involved, and Lamar, he's going to do what he do. So, man, that's what that is for me. Swift, all the opportunity in the world. I know they just brought in Jamal Williams, but hey, he's still the better talent. And of course, they brought in Goff, so I'm expecting Goff to lean on his running backs.
True.
So Swift has more upside in my opinion. And then Gibson, man, the reason why he's down at the bottom for me is just because, and I know I just talked about him, I still believe in the situation, but I am hearing talks that they're, looking at a running back, and I could see that. I mean, we saw J.D. McKissick have a hell of a year, so they definitely want to keep two running backs involved.
Mark my word, if they bring in a running back, bro, they are just dumb. They're dumb. You don't need it. He could take on a workload, bro. He showed it. And he can do more in the passing downs than they giving him credit for.
Yeah.
That's what he came in as.
He's basically a receiver.
Yeah. And I don't know. If they bring in somebody else, to me, that'd be nuts with all, the things that they could do. They need a receiver more than a running back. And I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Then I got Clyde at 3 just because, for me, he's an RB2. I believe that's his ceiling. Just given the Kansas City Chiefs offense, that offense runs through Kelsey and Tyreek, and then you still got Pat Mahomes who can scramble, and then you got to account for your random touchdowns to the other wide receivers that are there. So that's what it is, man. Clyde, he could flirt, at the top of an RB2, but he's an RB2 for me, so that's why he's number 3.
That's what's up.
I do got a guy that I want to throw out there, and hey, go get you some Brandon Ayuk, wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers. He balled out, man, his freshman year with the Niners. Balled out, and of course there were question marks with Debo. Can he stay healthy? And also Kittle, he's coming back off injury. All the opportunities there. Of course, they got rid of Emmanuel Sanders, so he was able to do his thing. And they got rid of Kendrick Bourne. It's just wide open right now. So all the opportunities in the world is out there for Brandon Ayuk. I believe this is the cheapest you can get him as far as his value.
Yeah. He's one of those sophomores that, Justin Jefferson set the motherfucking world on fire, man. So he kind of pushed away some of the other sophomores not named CD Lamb.
Yeah.
So don't forget about all of them, bro. Let's just name them. Ayuk, Michael Pittman, Jerry Jeudy. Those are Ruggs, man. Even in that situation, them not knowing how to use them. These are guys that are cheaper than they were last year, and I still think all of them are talented, so I'm not giving up on them. Rager, those are guys that shoot your shot. Here's the thing: shoot your shot on. You already seen they got established roles, whether they were good or not. They have roles. They're going to be guys like that you might like Tylan Wallace's, the Seth Williams, the later second round picks that aren't going to be able to run into these roles. So if you can go flirt out some second round picks, bro, I feel like mid to late round seconds, you should flirt these out because you didn't lose no value. That's what Pittman was going for last year, second round. Ruggs was going second round. I mean,
Ayuk too.
Yeah, that's what these
Higgins.
guys were doing. So, just try Higgins.
His value went up though.
Yeah, his shit on fire right now. I want some Higgins. But yeah, man, just make sure you take advantage of the guys that are discounted right now around this time of the year.
All right, man. That's all I got, man. That was fire. I'm excited for the NFL draft, so I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna be tuned in, locked in, tapped in, and we're gonna break down each day. I mean, for us, it's important because this is where we find, of course, the cream of the crop, which we already knew about, and then it's where we find also some hidden gems. where you go get your Ayuks who emerge and, these other guys who flew under the radar. So I'm really looking forward to day 2 and then early day 3. But it's all important at the end of the day. So each day is important. I'm excited to break all that down. So, and talk landing spots and what that means based on who's already there and situations.
True. I'm going nuts the whole time Thursday night during the draft. My boss want me to come in early. Early these nuts. Sorry. My bad. Hey, let's get into this. To say something good to the people.
I want to shout out DJ Avo first. He brought that Tupac back. RIP to Shock G. Played that I Get Around. So I appreciate you bringing that back up for me, man.
I got you, bro. I got you.
Doing your thing. Yeah, so, to say something good to the people is where all three of us, we have a guest. The guest gets to do it too. We come here and just take this platform to raise awareness for something, whether it be, tragedy going on, something good going on just in my life, just anything. I want to plug y'all on something because y'all deserve it. This just gives us a chance to vent and get shit off of our chest, basically. So that's what we're going to do. Let's see if we can go a little lighter compared to last week. And I admit I don't want to start. So, Avo.
I got you.
All right. And then you pick who you want to go after you're done.
I got you. So last week, I don't know if I really went into what I really wanted to go into. I really don't remember. It was a very stressful week episode, all that good stuff. So I just want to encourage everybody, protect your energy. Protect yourself. It's okay to protect yourself. If you got to go away from people, that's okay. If you got to get off social media, that's okay. Matter of fact, for the most part, I recommend it for most people. Step away for a second, recalculate, meditate, as Dot would say. Go sit down, collect your thoughts, get yourself right, and then come back to the world. And generally that'll help you out. So that's my advice to the people. Protect your own energy. It's okay to protect your energy. Go ahead, Dot. Sound like you ready?
All right. What I want to, I went to church Sunday. My mom sang a beautiful song. She sang the track that Dr. Yancey sang at my grandma's funeral a couple years back. So, I watched my mom boss up, sing it, killed it. In church, sent her a text. Hey, you did an amazing job. And then put the phone back up and focus. You know what I'm saying? But I say all that to say, I know how I felt as I got older. And my grandma passed, and I was like, man, I was an adult. I was working a job. I should have did more with my grandma while she was here, as I was at the age where I could have did for her. Hey, you never know when somebody's last day on this earth is going to be. Yours, your friends, your family. Do for them. Make sure you get to tell them you love them. You hate to be living with regrets if they wake up and they're not here tomorrow. So make sure you take advantage of the time that you can with your loved ones, because it's not promised. I'm going to stand by that. I'm going to stand on that, and I preach it because I'm living it right now. So check on your people. Get the fuck out the house with a mask. Go check on them. Whatever you need to do to keep yourself safe. But make sure you go check on people, man, because like I said, with all the shit going on in the world, you never know how much time you got or they got. So check on your people. I love my mom. I don't know if she's watching this episode, but you did your thing at church. I got it recorded. I love the way you tough through that. And I know she's up there proud of you. Mother's Day is coming up in a couple weeks. I don't know if y'all paying attention to it, but it's going to creep up. It's early in May. So make sure, y'all getting all the moms and stuff right, because they deserve it. They make the world go around. And I'll ride out with that.
All right, I want to say happy birthday to my sister, Victoria. She's older than me, the middle child. So
happy birthday. Let's
start
go.
there. Love you, sis. And I also want to go with, man, make sure you're taking the necessary steps that you can just to prepare for your moment. I mean, everyone has their moment, whether they want to reach a certain status, whether it's within their career or outside their career or within their goals or business, whatever you're doing, even financial status, whatever that is. Like, just make sure you're taking the necessary steps for when that moment do come, you're ready. Like, you don't want to be out here wanting something so bad and the moment comes and you're not even prepared just because you haven't even been carrying yourself in that sense. You know what I mean? So I feel like most people block their blessings every day just because they don't operate a certain way. So if you wanting to go to the next level, make sure your maturity is there as far as with how you need to handle that next level. So start practicing, being mature in certain ways. That way, when you're ready, or at least when it comes, you're ready for it. So hopefully that makes sense. It makes sense to me. But at the end of the day, you're where you're supposed to be. So just trust the process.
All right, I rock with that, man. Somebody said our DJ's fire.
Yeah, he is.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So we getting out. We getting out of here.
That's it, man.
Man, Avo,
what's good? What you want me to do? What's good?
Play I Get Around one more time.
Ooh, give me 2 seconds. Can I actually go into it?
Yeah.
And you can walk us out.
Let's go.
And you can walk us out after that.
Man, R.I.P. to Shock G, R.I.P. to Tupac, man.
I'm on the wrong list.
They were two great friends.
Yeah. R.I.P. Black Rob. R.I.P. DMX again. I know we already touched on that. R.I.P. Kobe. Vic got the guns out and got the Kobe jersey on.
The 8.
On me.
See if I can get rid of it. Show the 8. Show the 8, man. The old Kobe.
That's that Afro Kobe.
Yeah.
I'm just skipping
with Eddie Jones and the Corey Blunt and the
Nick Van Axel.
Yeah. Vlade Divac.
All that.
When he was playing in the Forum.
Yeah. Yeah. Turn you up some.
All right. So look.
Oh my God.
Don't worry about it. It's just my cell phone. That's cool. We smooth. We right now. Catch us here next Tuesday. The Tuesday after that. And then the Tuesday after that, you know what it is, man. Dynasty Bro Style Football Podcast. And we out.